All right, we'll get started with Nick Kelly. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, Evan. Obviously, Georgia's got a really good front. You guys will have to block. What is it going to take to slow them down, or just give you guys time to be able to do things offensively?
It's going to take us, executing our game plan. It starts today, going out there, having a good practice, making sure we're prepared to go in, shoot. We don't need me to say it, but they're really, really talented, group up front. The whole nation knows that. We have a great challenge ahead of us. I'm excited for it.
Charlie.
Hey, Evan. Just what did you think of the way that Trey Sanders stepped in for B-Rob on Saturday on the Iron Bowl? And if Brian can't go, just how confident are you guys in Trey that he can shoulder the load at the backfield?
I'm extremely confident in Trey. Trey comes in to work every day, works his tail off, make sure, he makes sure he's prepared. And whenever his number was called on Saturday, he came in and answered the bell, came in and hurdled the guy. So I ain't seen that out of him since high school, so I'm really proud of him. We have the utmost confidence in him that he's going to go in and get the job done.
Michael.
How motivating is it to you when you hear just how great Georgia's defense is, one of the best defenses, maybe in the past decade? How much does that motivate you guys up front?
It's really motivating, it motivates us to make sure we come with our A game, but we're all competitors, man. It's what it's all about. They're the best. Okay, shoot, ready to go out there, line up, man, let's play. It's what it's all about.
Tony.
Evan, after a game like the Iron Bowl where things don't necessarily go your way from an offensive line standpoint, do you kind of rally the troops and is there something said, or do you just kind of tackle that during a film session? What happens, kind of after a game like that?
Well, obviously, you have to watch the film, acknowledge the mistakes, but also have to look at some of the good things we did, because it wasn't all bad. I mean, we did more bad things than we would like, but just watch the film, go out there, fix the things in practice, and just move on. We can't, sit and dwell on, the past whenever we have a really big game this week. So we just need to do everything in our power, to make sure we have a good week of practice, good mental energy, good focus, that way we can go out there and execute this Saturday.
Jeff.
Yeah, Evan, there were several times that John Mechie said after the game that Bryce Young is the GOAT. What, in your opinion, makes him the GOAT?
He's just poised, man. He's just poised. It's almost eerie. He's just really unfazed, unshaken. He's a talented football player. You guys see that every Saturday. And also the way he prepares and the way he approaches the game. Him being so young, man, that's really special,
Mike.
Just having played in a few of these games in Atlanta, what are you expecting as far as crowd noise compared to some of the road environments that you've been on and the communication for the line?
Well, every time I played in Atlanta, the crowd noise wasn't, too crazy. But I mean, that's something that we'll be, prepared for if that is an issue. But that's not something that we're thinking about.
Michael.
If you could give a grade to the offensive line for this season, what would you give it?
Well, I'm not the coach, so I can't grade us. That might be a coach a question for Coach Saban or Coach Marone. But hey, we're work in progress. One thing I do know is every guy in that room goes in, shows up to work every day, and works their butt off. It hasn't been all perfect, but hey, we have made positive growth this season as an O-line. I love every guy in that room, and I'm extremely proud of every guy in that room.
Tony.
With you being close with Trey, did you talk with him about what might be his biggest opportunity this week? And if so, what did you tell him?
Well, me and Trey, we were really close. We were roommates at IMG. We really didn't speak too much on the game this weekend because it's already understood. He knows what he has to do. He knows the opportunity. He knows what's in front of him. He's prepared. I'm just, excited for him. I'm happy for him. He gets the opportunity to go out there and do his thing. I'm a dang sure, block my heart out for him.
Nick.
So often in games, you guys are playing an underdog, but now you're facing the #1 team. What's it like to be on the other side of that?
Well, it's not often that Alabama's on the other side of that, but hey, we just got to control what we can control. We're approaching this game like any other game. We're approaching this game with intentions to win. Obviously Georgia's a great team. Probably one of the best defense that we saw all year. So we just got to prepare, man. Just prepare all week. take it one day at a time, so that way Saturday we can go out there and execute.
Michael.
In the past, things like this, being an underdog would be used as motivation, signs be hung around the locker in the weight room. Is that something they're trying to use this week to motivate you guys as underdogs?
I hadn't seen any signs or anything, not as much, but I don't feel like us being an underdog, is motivating us. I just feel like us being competitors and us wanting to go out, and just win and just be who we are. I feel like that's what motivates us.
Katie.
Hey, Evan. I know you wouldn't have been there at the same time as him, but Jacory's another IMG guy that made a big play on Saturday. Just what is it about you IMG guys stepping up and making plays at Alabama?
Hey, I'm really proud of Jacory. IMG's kind of like a mini Alabama. Basically, how they structure everything. They really make sure guys come out of IMG prepared to go into college and prepared to step in and fill in a role. So hats off to IMG Academy, their entire program, the way they develop, us as players. And also, man, I'm extremely proud of Jacory. That was his actual first touchdown. So he didn't expect Jameson to get called out of the game, but whenever his number was called, he was ready. So I'm extremely proud of him.
Final questions for Evan. Thank you, Evan.
Yeah, Jordan, tell me, what do you see from Stetson Bennett in the pass game? It looks like statistically they average so many yards per pass. Why is that?
Stetson Bennett is very elusive in the pocket. He's creative in the pocket, and he keeps his eyes downfield. But that should be nothing new to us. We see Bryce Young every day. He's in practice. He's elusive. He makes us, scramble and stay on our man, lock onto our mans when he's scrambling. So Stetson Bennett is a great player.
Nick.
Hey, Jordan, you guys are going to be facing the number one team. So often you guys are, favored over the other team. What is it like to actually be an underdog in a game?
As far as me, I don't really look at it as an underdog. I feel like it's just another game. Obviously, Georgia is number one. Obviously, they are a great team. They have a great defense, have a great offense, and I feel like in this game we just have to make them one-dimensional, like our plan going into every other game.
Michael.
Is it motivational to you to hear that everyone calling them the top defense? It's all about Georgia's defense going into this game. Is it something for you guys to prove as Alabama's defense?
I mean, that's something we try not to pay attention to. We just do what we can do best by preparing for each team each week. Like last week, we had some great practices, and it showed up in the game. And I feel like we just have to build on what we did last week and take it into this week.
Tony.
Hey, Jordan, what's the craziest thing you've seen Trey Sanders do? We saw him hurdle somebody last game. I was wondering if there's anything in practice that he's maybe something we haven't seen yet.
I mean, I don't think it gets any better than a hurdle in the game because he's sure not hurdling nobody in practice. So I think that's probably the most amazing thing you'll see from him.
Jeff?
Jordan, Georgia hasn't really had a close game since week one when they played Clemson. You guys have played the last three SEC games, really, really tight, and had to make big plays to come out with victories. Do you feel like you're more battle-tested maybe than they are?
That's something I'm happy we had those games. It shows that when adversity struck, we became motivated and we were able to finish. So I'm happy those games happened, and it shows the toughness of this team and the relentlessness to finish.
Charlie.
Hey, Jordan, you guys had a pretty strong game defensively at Auburn and have kind of played well since that A&M games. What do you think has been the turning point for the defense, and how important is it to kind of be playing your best this time of year?
Really, the leadership. Obviously, our strength and conditioning staff is doing a great job of preparing us for these times. I like how we're going up during the late part of the season. We just need to continue to keep going up and keep preparing the way we are, and keep leading the way the leaders are leading.
Final questions for Jordan. Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, just to follow up, the Kool-Aid stepped up big in the last game and had a pass breakup at the end. Just have you kind of seen him come along, and how big was he down the stretch?
Kool-Aid's doing a great job. Kool-Aid's been getting better and better each practice. He's going upstairs. He's getting in the playbook, And in the meetings, he's answering questions when coaches are asking questions. So he keeps progressing and he keeps getting better each week.
Thank you, Jordan. Oh, sorry, Jordan. Let's take one more from Michael. Last one.
Jordan, who's the fastest guy in the team? Who did you say?
I mean, I'm gonna say me, of course, but I have some contenders like Jamison Williams, JoJo Earl, who's hurt. We have a lot of fast guys. I mean, but I'm definitely up there. I'm like top 5, top 7.
Thank you, Jordan.